And the African Union and the African Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, have protested the refusal by the European Union to recognize the India-produced AstraZeneca vaccine. And as our very own Dorcas Wangira reports, the decision by the EU could deny many African nationals and those from developing countries from entering Europe.
The European Union's decision not to include Covishield, which has been distributed to African nations as part of the COVAX initiative to give poor and developing countries access to COVID-19 vaccines in its intended Green Pass, has been criticized by the African Union and Africa CDC as one that could potentially lock out many Africans from freely traveling within the European Union bloc. The European Union Digital COVID Certificate enables people who have received 2 doses of a COVID vaccine approved by its medicines regulator, the European Medicines Agency EMA, to travel freely within the bloc. In their protest, the AU criticized refusal by the EU to recognize those who have been inoculated with India-produced AstraZeneca vaccines. The AU is also protesting EU's imposition of restrictions on movement on those with Covishield certificates and testing requirements imposed on the holders of the certificate at a high cost.
I would like to begin by
speaking to Citizen TV Monday last week, when Kenya received a donation of 358,700 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine from Denmark. Barbara Nell, the AstraZeneca's country president for the African cluster, asserted that there was no significant reason for EU not to register the Covishield vaccine.
This is the Serum Institute of India, where we're getting the Covishield vaccine from, is we know that it is exactly the same process and supply chain procedures that are used to produce these vaccines. So there isn't really a difference. What needs to happen now is that the EMA, so the European Medicines Regulator, needs to just add Covishield to their to the spectrum of vaccines that they have. And I know that this is something that we as a company are also working with them on to ensure that the Covishield is registered.
The travel certificate shows if a person has received a vaccine, had a recent negative test, or had immunity based on recovery. It will take the form of a QR, a quick response code on a smartphone or paper, letting authorities determine the status of a visitor based on records in their home country. The AstraZeneca shot is one of the 4 approved for the EU certificate, but the list does not extend to Covishield, produced by India's Serum Institute. The other EU recognized vaccines are those made by Moderna, Pfizer and BioNTech, and Johnson & Johnson. But the pass only recognizes AstraZeneca doses manufactured in Europe, branded Vaxzevria, and not those manufactured by the world's largest vaccine manufacturer, the Serum Institute of India, SII, which are branded Covishield. Dorcas Wangira, Citizen TV, Nairobi.